What's going on, gang? We are back with another live for Fight Society. Been going crazy on the streams, the videos, all that. We've been going ham lately. You know what it is. You know what it is. Huh? Make yourselves known in the chat, huh? Make yourselves known. Let's go, Fight Society, man. You know what it is. Beam, beam, bada, beam. We are back. Just dropped a video. Now we're in here doing the stream. Opinion on Kaburp's cash grab. Oh, dude, he's a fucking scumbag. Same as Hamzat. They scam their fans. They scam their fans and then claim how humble they are, you know? Yeah, no. I tried out a new thumbnail style for the next for this new video. I'm trying to get my own face on the thumbnails as well too, because I got to stand out as a personality as well. I can't just be another MMA channel. I gotta, you know, I gotta be out there with the personality content as well. How is it that you have the worst timing for streaming? LOL, kind of like my Jayhawks through who led 3 red zone. I don't have the worst timing for streaming. I just stream when I can. And I'm on the West Coast, so it's earlier for me. Gonna start doing an MMA, doing a guru type thing? No. I'm gonna keep going with the same content that I've been doing. I'm just doing different thumbnails, you know? Trying to make myself stand out as a personality. I don't want to be just another MMA page, you know? MMA Joey is back to his missing beard having rage bait style videos. Let me peep. Is he now? Wait, he shaved his beard? Yeah, where are you located? Do you always start this late? Yeah, I'm in the Los Angeles area, so I start kind of late. What did you mean by missing beard having rage? What do you mean missing beard? Juicy wetness. Yep, true. No way people are still buying NFTs, Bravler. No, I've never bought an NFT in my fucking life. No, I was talking about that missing patch of his beard. Oh, gotcha. Thoughts on Luke Thomas? I don't mind him. He talks about politics a lot, which I don't necessarily love. You know, a lot of times people come to talk about MMA when you're on an MMA channel, and he talks a lot about politics. So remember when you said we couldn't ignore the ranking of washed fighters because of the Do you got Paddy or Justin? Dude, I got Paddy. I think Paddy's going to win. I know Paddy's undeserving for this title shot, but I think he's going to beat. It's undeserving, but Paddy's good. Yeah, Black Irishman, Black Irish Shaman. Yeah, like he's not deserving in terms of resume, but he's good, and I think he's going to beat Gaethje. Mixing up the striking with the grappling, where Gaethje just tries to poke at that jab and low kick. There's a chance that. A very good chance that Gaethje wins the fight, but I think I saw Paddy's like a 2-1 favorite for opening odds. UFC 324 opening odds, new betting lines. Gaethje and Nunes are underdogs. Yeah. Paddy Pimblett minus 215. Justin Gaethje plus 185. Kayla Harrison minus 155. Amanda Nunes plus 135. O'Malley minus 185. Yadong plus 160. Waldo Cortez Acosta minus 205. Derek Lewis plus 175. Gene Silva minus 195 against Allen. But yeah, Paddy Pimblett minus 215 favorite against Justin Gaethje. He's like left wing Jesse on fire, but Luke Thomas has some pretty cringe takes. Yeah. I don't watch a whole lot of Luke Thomas content. Just occasionally when I don't have anything to watch, I'll see it on my feed and I'll watch like 10 minutes of it or something like that. Do you think the Paramount executive stormed into Dana's office like Francis and demanded that they needed something better than Kayla Amanda as the headliner? Probably. Or it's either that or they saw how bad the fan base reaction was to the rumored Kayla Harrison, Amanda Nunes main event. Because literally as of 2 days ago, I want to say 2 days ago or so, they said that Gaethje Paddy was not a go. Like less than 2 days ago. So that means Topuria said he's down to step aside because, dude, I'm telling you, Topuria's divorce is going to get messy. They're hinting at some sort of his wife taking the domestic violence route to try to get full custody of their kids, which is sad. Topuria doesn't strike me as that guy. TBH, he really doesn't. He really does not. Yeah, that's what's floating around about Topuria is because his wife, I guess, in recent days has been posting stuff on her story about supporting domestic violence victims or something like that. Are they going to have Sarukian fight BSD? I assume so. There isn't really much for him unless they do like a Gamrot rematch. Let me look at the rankings. I look at the rankings like 5 times a day when I'm thinking about videos and matchups and shit. Let me peep. Guys, do me a favor. We got almost 30 viewers in the chat. Can we get to 10 likes, please? That'd be awesome. Let me see. Armin is probably going to fight BSD because he's already fought Hooker and he's already fought Gamrot. So Benoit Saint-Denis all the way down at number 8 because Gaethje versus Pimblett is happening in January for the interim belt. And then Oliveira Holloway are going to fight for the BMF. It's not announced yet, but it's basically a done deal. What's next for Wing C? I heard he's going to turn pro. That's what DJ is saying is that he's going to turn pro. I think he's 6-2 as an amateur, right? Winged C Tapology. I think he's 6-2 as an amateur. Yeah. Dude, he's only 24. Is he lying about his age? He looks older than me, and I'm 27. Let's peep. Let's look at his Tapology here. Yeah, because we got Malcolm Schuyler, born in 2001, foundation-style autism. That's pretty funny. Okay, let's see. Lost by decision. Then he won a kickboxing fight. Won by TKO. Won by armbar. Won by decision. Won a kickboxing fight by decision. Won by decision. No contest. Decision. Wow. Decision merchant. Wing C. No finishing ability. And then on the Anthony Pettis FC just this past week, he got dropped and then choked out. I didn't even know that Anthony Pettis, I didn't even know they put amateur fights on that card. Oh, shit. They do a lot of fights. They do the pro prelims. Let's see. Yeah, they do amateur prelims and pro prelims. Wow. Holy shit, they do a lot of fucking fights. They did 11 amateur prelims, and then they did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Holy shit, they did 21 fights. That's an amateur show for you, though. If any of you guys have ever been to an amateur show or like a regional show where they do like mixed amateur and pro, they're long, dude. Like you'll show up to support a teammate who's fighting and they won't fight for 4 hours. They're like, get there at 5. Doors open at 5. They don't fight till like 11 p.m. I remember one of my teammates fought Anderson Silva's kid in a Muay Thai fight. The doors opened at 5. He was, and he ended up being fight number like 19. It wasn't the main event. It was like the third fight from the main event. And it was like bout 19 out of 25 or something like that. It's because they need to fund the show, so they try to get as many people selling tickets as possible. Pim pim. UFC is WWE. This sucks. Yes, it is. True. Paddy and Ian are guys who have closed a lot of holes and have a new style. Well-rounded, good defense and grappling. Justin will clock Paddy, so it's really a great fight, and the unknown from Paddy helps. Yeah. It's just undeserved resume-wise. Honestly, Paddy deserves it more than Gaethje. I just say that for rage bait. They'll debut Gable against Cortez Acosta if he beats Lewis. I don't think they're going to throw him that high. I don't think Gable is going to debut against a top 5 guy. I'm telling you, they're going to give Gable like Taliesin Teixeira, Mick Parkin, somebody like that. Maybe a Marcin Tabora, maybe a Shamil Gaziev. But they're not going to give him a top 5 guy. Waldo's already number 5, and he's fighting Derek Lewis, who's number 8. So if he wins, they'll probably put him above Blades at number 4. Huh. Boom, 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 boom. Winged C. Yep. Armin versus Holloway. Yeah, it's probably not going to happen. People are going to just keep spamming head kicks against Wing C. You know what's crazy is how in that one clip with Mighty Mouse, if I'm not mistaken, he was when he started yapping shit to Death Sentence in the training vlog video. It was very much him being like, he's going to get kicked in the head. More brain damage. Let me find it. And then that's how he got head kicked. Death sentence. No, not 7 months ago. Was it really 6 months ago? Damn. Let me find it. One sec. Where they're training at the beginning. Maybe. I'll find it. I'm pretty sure he was talking shit to Death Sentence, being like, he's going to get kicked in the head, more brain damage, more concussions, and then that's the same shit. Yeah, dude, APFC stacks cards. I couldn't get through it. Yeah, it's a bit much. It's definitely a bit much. Do you think there's any chance we'll get a fight night in the mid-Atlantic region? I want to go to one, but it has to be in Raleigh, Charlotte, DC, Baltimore, etc. They just did Charlotte like 2 years ago. Yeah, they just did Charlotte. Yeah, Jairzinho Rosenstruck versus Jailton Almeida in 2023. So, yeah, they would go to that region. Anthony Smith, Johnny Walker, Comain, D-Rod versus Ian Gary, Olberg versus Ihor Potieria, Matt Brown, Court McGee. It was actually a pretty good card for a fight night. Brian Battle, Gabe Green, Jessica Rose Clark against Tainara Lisboa. Yeah, it was a pretty good card. And it was on ABC. So, yeah, they would definitely go back to that region. Literally, like over 40% of the title shots are undeserved. Kai Kara France, O'Malley, Sandhagen was semi-deserved. It was just because of how much Merab has cleared out the division. But yeah, a lot of them are undeserved. Let me look at UFC title fights. Dude, I'm tired. Holy shit. Long day, huh? All right, let's see title fights. All right, Gaethje Pimblett, not deserved for either one. Nunes, I guess, deserves it because she's the GOAT coming out of retirement. Lopez doesn't deserve it, but it's the most entertaining fight. Makhachev deserved it moving up a division. But Jack Della Maddalena against Bilal didn't make a whole lot of sense. Cyril Gane didn't make a whole lot of sense. It was just because John Jones retired. Pereira rematch made sense. Chimaev title fight made sense. Topuria Oliveira, I guess, kind of made sense. O'Malley rematch against Merab didn't make any sense. JDM was because Shavkat pulled out, so I guess it was undeserved. Ankalaev title fight, that was deserved. Strickland rematch, undeserved. Moicano, undeserved. That was for a different reason. Kai Asakura, super undeserved. Stipe Miocic, super undeserved. Yeah, you're totally right. It might even be higher than 40%. It might be like half of them. Holloway against Topuria made sense. What the fuck is in my mouth? The fuck was that? Gable Steveson versus Austin Lane. Who does Austin Lane fight for now? He's not in the UFC anymore, right? He got cut. Did he get cut? 13-7. Yeah, he definitely got cut. He's fucking dang, he beat Robelis to Spain. Remember when Robelis to Spain was supposed to be the next big thing and now he's just ass? He is a big star for Karate Combat, though. There's no way Austin Lane is still signed to the UFC. Is he still on the UFC roster? Wait, he's still in the UFC? No way. As much as I hate Armin, I feel like he earned the shot, but UFC brass be petty. They still mad. Yeah, I agree, dude. Armin deserved that. And I really don't like Armin Sarukian. I like watching him fight, but he's just a little bitch. D-Lou title run. Derek Lewis, yeah. Death sentence got beat by random YouTube kid. That's crazy. Death sentence fought Crazy Horse. Is that true? Gable versus Lane actually makes sense. True. John Dong, what's going on? Honestly, didn't Murphy only beat Pico? Maybe I'm forgetting. He beat Josh Emmett, too, if I'm not mistaken. He definitely didn't deserve it, though. And also, I mean, he could have gotten it because he's... Let's see. Makwan Amirkhani in 2021. Then he had a year and a half off, beat Gabriel Santos by split decision. Then he beat Josh Kulabau. Then he had almost a year off. Beat Edson Barbosa in a main event. Beat Dan Ige on the Topuria Holloway card. Beat Josh Emmett in a main event and then beat Aaron Pico. I don't know if he deserves it, but he hasn't fought Volk yet, which I think would be somewhat interesting, but I don't know. Fight-wise, it makes sense that they gave it to Lopez, like how the fight's going to play out because it's going to be a fun fight. But even like, fuck, hasn't Movsar been out since last year? Since like the Aljamain Sterling fight? No. That was at UFC 300. That was not. Oh, no. Aljamain Sterling was UFC 310. So who did Aljo fight on 300? Calvin Kattar. That's what it was. And then he fought Movsar and lost in December. And then he fought Brian Ortega. Dude, even Aljo probably deserved it more. If they weren't going to give it to Movsar, fucking Brian Ortega or Aljo just beat Brian Ortega in August. They could have given it to him. Dang, Ortega's lost 4 out of 5. Volk lost. Yair lost. Yair a win. Lopez lost. Sterling lost. Wow. More like L City, not T City. You know what I'm saying? Perfect marketing idea. Battle of Baltimore. Just make sure to put Drew Dober on the main card. Yeah, true. If they aren't giving Murphy or Evloev title shots because they're not the most exciting to watch, why do you think they're giving Jan the title shot when Jan versus Merab was boring? It's the only guy that would have been ready in time for Merab, I think. Lopez KOing Silva is a lot more impressive than Murphy KOing Pico. Pico got the glass chin. True. Sam Alvey versus Robelis Despain in Karate Combat is going to be a banger. Murphy versus Evloev fucks. Yeah, they could do that one. I honestly feel like Lewis has a chance of KOing Costa. Bro, I think I'm going to pick Derek Lewis in that fight. Did I miss any other fight nights being announced, or is it just the 2 numbered events? Just the 2 numbered events. There's a rumor of a fight night between Strickland and Fluffy Hernandez being announced. That would be the week before UFC 324, so it would be January 17th, but we're getting a little close for them to be announcing that now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No way that's the whole card. I saw a couple other fights on the UFC 3. They're doing 9 fights now? I don't know if maybe that's just because the card's not complete yet, but it's less than 2 months away. Yeah, and then I did see another rumor that Strickland versus Fluffy Hernandez is going to be on the Volkanovski and Lopes card, but it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to have 2 Americans fly over to Australia when they could do a U.S. fight night with those 2 guys as the headliner. That would make a whole lot more sense to me. You know? You know? You know, huh? You know? I have no interest in Merab versus Jan 2. I'd actually prefer Merab versus Song or Figgy. Yeah, I don't really care about that fight either because Merab's going to win. Mobstar didn't fight all year. Yeah, it's been since December. Jan versus Umar, #1 contender. I fuck with it. I'll send you the clip of death sentence against Crazy Horse for show. Did you take my advice and get your taint eaten? Life-changing. It is life-changing. Cater's lost a shit ton too. Yeah, he's lost a lot. I absolutely love the Waldo-Lewis matchup. A chance for Waldo to get a big legendary name and a chance for Derek to show he can still hang with the new crop of heavies. Waldo's the real deal. He's all right. Low T City is a fucking great name for Brian Ortega. WWE ass sport. True. We sipping black coffee tonight? No, not tonight. No. I've hit my caffeine consumption for the day. I had coffee this morning. Then I took pre-workout before I went and worked out. And then I had coffee like an hour ago before I filmed the video. Rocco Taco. Dude, it's been a minute. Shit. Good to see you in the chat, dog. Strickland is very over in Australia. That's true. That's true. Strickland's very over. True. Yeah, you've been busy. Rocco Taco, it's all good. We all got to get to the bag, dog. Anyone watching Lone Star Showdown, Texas Longhorns, Texas A&M? Nah. I'm a USC Trojans fan when it comes to college football, my friend. Ba-ba-ba-da-da. Trojans need a new coach badly. I don't know. I don't think it's been long enough. It's been like 3 years. Can you drink 2 pots of coffee in a day? You definitely shouldn't. You definitely shouldn't drink 2 pots of coffee in a day. That's not a very healthy for you, brother. Not very healthy for you. It's not very healthy for you. No. It's not very healthy. It's not very healthy. Whoa. Whoa. Ba, 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 ba. Boom, 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 boom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What's going on there, huh? Anyways. A Red Bull a day keeps me good. Yeah, dude, energy drinks are not good for you, dude. And also, aren't Red Bulls like 300 calories, bro? That's a waste of calories. Right? 168 calories? Nah, not terrible. Still a waste of calories, though. Did Bryce or MMA Guru get back to you about filming for them? No. Guru mentioned in his live chat that the guy that was going to film it is in the hospital. His name is Brandon Buckingham. He had some sort of disease or some shit. And so he's not going to be able to film it, it looks like. But they didn't know. They did not get back to me. We'll see. We'll see. It's still a little bit of ways away. It's still a couple months away. We'll see. And also, if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. We still grind it regardless. Bucko, Fight Society. Would you ever collab with Lucas Tracy if he ever returns? He's going to return, and yeah, I would collab with him if he was down. I just started drinking coffee. Can I drink 2 pots? What will that do to you? It's going to give you fucking anxiety and high blood pressure, bro. Relax. Start with 1 cup a day. You don't need all that. The max I'll drink is like 3 cups of coffee in a day. And that's if I really need it. What's your thoughts on Pantoja versus Van? Who's taking that? Man, to be honest, as much as I'd like Josh Van to win, because I fuck with Josh Van heavy, I just think it's too big of an opportunity too soon against too good of a fighter in Pantoja. Like, I'm pretty sure very quickly we're going to see Pantoja on the back, and we're going to go, yeah, this was too soon for Josh Van. You know? That's what I think is going to happen. Did you pick up any Black Friday deals? No, I did not. I did not pick up any Black Friday deals, my friend. No, sir. No, sirree, Bob. I did not. I remember at my last job, my coworker would drink an energy drink every morning. Plus, he was tiny, like 120 pounds. So I assumed that would make it worse. Yeah, your weight's part of it, but also it's like I'm pretty sure it's a tolerance-based thing. Any tips for passing weed tests? Stop smoking weed. That's how you pass a test and not have to worry about it, is stop smoking. Fingers crossed 2026 gives us UFC cards that we all crave, like the good old days, no more jobber cards. Yeah, I think that during this break, because we only have 2 more cards left this year, I'm going to do some sort of like predicting the UFC cards for 2026, or like predicting who's the champion at the end of the year in each division, something like that. Because it's a month nearly. If they don't do a fight night before 3/24, it's going to be 5 weeks of no UFC. It'll be December 13th to January 24th. That's definitely a fucking long wait for UFC. I'm going to be doing my best to fill in content. Still trying to do it daily. That's still the goal, is daily. You think the UFC is fumbling the heavyweight decisions, or a heavyweight, or the featherweight division? Jesus, I butchered that. Back in, do you think the UFC is fumbling the featherweight division? A little bit, yeah. Back in my cocaine days, I'd pound down 2 Bang energy drinks before my shift, before the hangover would kick in. Man, I don't miss those days. You're fucking wild, bro. That's hardcore. Any way to lower THC levels? Don't smoke. You're not going to get an easy answer out of me on this one, dude. There is no, like, cheat to it other than just try not to smoke weed. If you want to pass the test, don't smoke weed. And didn't you just ask about passing a weed test like last week or something, dude? Six weeks? It has not been 6 weeks, dude. It was days ago that you asked about passing a weed test. TBH, brother. Like, weed's not the worst thing in the world. There's a lot worse things that you could be doing to your body than smoking weed here and there. But, dude, if you have to pass a test for a job or something, prioritize your employment and shit, you know? For fuck's sake, yeah? For fuck's sake, yeah? Like, I'm 4 man deep in the German. I'm whipping around a Suburban. Hey, what'd you guys think of the James Lynch interview? Is this the first time I've gone live since I dropped that shit? I went live on the 25th and I dropped that on. Yeah, it's been the first time I went live since the James Lynch interview. Did you guys fuck with that one? TJ Dillashaw said on Jackson podcast they used IV to flush their system of drugs and pass tests. Interesting. I don't know if it's that simple, but anyways, anyone who moved up should have to fight a number one contender before the champion. No, I think it makes plenty of sense for a champ to get a title shot if he moves up a division, if he's leaving with the belt. I would say cover some other MMA organizations, but they all kind of suck and boxing is meh. No big fights lined up. Dude, the only big boxing fights that lined up are like crossover fights. It's Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua. And then the very next night, because I think that's December 19th. Let me see. Jake Paul and Joshua. Jake Paul, Anthony Joshua is December 19th, I think. And then, yeah, December 19th. It's on a Friday night. And then the very next night, December 20th, is the Misfits card that has Andrew Tate in the main event against Chase D'Amore. And then the co-main event is Dylan Dennis and Anthony Taylor in a boxing or in an MMA fight. And then Tony Ferguson's on the card against Anderson Gibb. So, I mean, that's kind of all right. So I'll do like live streams for those for sure, because that's something. I'll probably make videos about them too. And they, you know, Jake Paul and Misfits did a good job of booking those after the UFC year is over. So that's kind of it, yeah. Who you got? Moreno or Tyra? Brandon Moreno. You have to try to end the year with the highest win percentage in the new year with your predictions out of any influencer. My picks have been good. I just haven't done full card predictions for this entire year. I'll do them for next year, though. My picks are good, though. I mean, I'm at like 60-something% on picks, and I pick underdogs. I'm not one of these guys that just picks all the favorites and then goes, oh, I got 70% of them right. Anybody been watching Dom Cruz's new podcast? Was really good seeing him and TJ be cool. Yeah, actually, I did watch that, dude. Dom Cruz is a good talker, man. That's a good podcast. I think the only one that they got to get on there now is Cody Garbrandt. That would be a legendary podcast. Dominic Cruz podcast. It's called like Love and Hate or something. Love and War with Dominic Cruz. And dude, he had Matan. Bro, dude, look at this. Hold on. Let me share my fucking screen real quick. He's done 4 episodes. He had Uriah Faber, Travis Barker, TJ Dillashaw, and then Matan. Dude, that's fucking hilarious. Hold on. I'm going to watch a second of it. Matan Evan. And Matan's just fucking... And Matan's just eating McDonald's on the on the podcast. Dude, Matan's funny. I heard he fakes the accent, though. Is that true? Dang, that's kind of a lit few podcast guests to start. Uriah Faber, Travis Barker, TJ Dillashaw, and Matan. Good for Dom Cruz, because he's a good talker. Let me see. There was dang, that's dope. Good for him, dude. Good views too. 270K on the first episode. 255K with TJ Dillashaw. And then the one with Travis Barker kind of flopped, 47K, and then Matan 56K. But damn, TJ Dillashaw, Uriah Faber, big numbers. Let me take a look on that, dude. Gusherhead, you've been smoking so much weed that it's been altering your sense of time. True. James was great. Thank you. Yeah, that was a good one. I'm also confused or conflicted about Cejudo versus Talbot. Like, I just see Cejudo eating the nastiest knee. I think Talbot's going to win. Great. Yeah, he seemed cool. Great interview. You were professional as hell. You're going to blow up, dude. Thank you. Thank you. It's kind of like a mix of I need to be controversial or unprofessional at times for views. And then at other times, I need to be a little bit more locked in on the professionalism, especially when I'm on camera doing collabs with somebody super professional. Like if I was doing a collab with Guru, I'd be a little bit more unhinged with it. It's just about being versatile, That's the gist of it. I only saw the Connor clip with you and James, but I can't wait to check out the full video. Mustache Man, appreciate you, big dog. Thank you, sir. Hold on, let me catch up to the chat. You think Jake versus AJ is going to play out like Jake versus Tyson? No, I think fucking Jake Paul's getting his head knocked off his shoulders. When is Andrew Tate fighting? He's fighting on December 20th against Chase Demore. I'm trying to compete, bro. I need tips on how to detox. Stop smoking weed. Bro, it's a great change that the cards are starting an hour earlier. That was a much needed change, especially for the East Coast. I agree, dude. I agree. I kind of fuck with it too. That means that the main cards start at 6 my time and that the cards will be over at like 9 as opposed to like 10. So, if I was to do something on a Saturday night, I could still do something on a Saturday night. I think Horiguchi's the real deal, and he's going to be a problem for Pantoja. I see Kyoji possibly winning that at 125. He's only lost to DJ, and he did well at 35. I agree. I hope Tate gets dropped. Yeah, it would be fun to see him get KO'd, but he's fighting a guy that sucks. It's good. He doesn't seem like a paid off actor, has real opinions, and isn't scared to say things. My first impression. Oh, James. Yeah. James is cool. They be going too late, bro. Past 1 a.m. East Coast time. True. Horiguchi's going to be a problem. True. They can get Garbrandt, of course. They can get Cejudo and Benavidez. That'd be sick. Kyoji versus Asakura. Dude, I think Kyoji and Kai Asakura actually fought in Ryzen. I think they split 1-1. That was at 135, though. Yeah, for sure. You're good already. I just meant next year you should make a point to try to be the best. It should be for the YouTube belt. I got you, bro. Even though TJ is cunty, he's so fucking smart. True. It was a funny episode. No, he speaks the same. What do you mean? Sup, bro? Big fan. Gabriel Park. Oh, dude, I saw that you... Gabriel Park, I saw that you DM me, dude. I'll get back to you in a little bit. I saw that you DM me. I'll get back to you in a little bit. Much appreciated, dog. Thank you. It's a good horror movie with some interesting ideas. Oh, you're talking about weapons. One of my favorite pages on MMA YouTube right now. Keep it up. My man. We're going to keep it up. I'm full man deep in this German. I'm whipping around like Suburban. Dom is going to kill it in the podcast space. Yes, he is. That reminds me why I opened Instagram in the first place. Love and War. Does he have Does he have an Instagram for the podcast? Yeah, he does. There we go. There's the email. I'm gonna pitch myself as a guest right now, gang. This unknown MMA YouTuber is gonna make a pitch to Dom Cruz to be a guest. But I'm gonna have ChatGPT write the email for me. He went on Maron's pod. Okay. UFC lightweight division, a reality show at this point. True, dude. They're saying that. I said this a few minutes ago. Taporia's wife is allegedly going to make domestic violence claims against him in divorce court to get full custody of their kids. That's allegedly what's going to happen, dude. So Topuria is going to have to fight some allegations. Found you after MMA Guru went full edgelord 4chan Reddit guru. That's what his fan base wants. But yeah, I get you. I appreciate that you found me. Guru is king. Yeah, he's definitely king of MMA YouTube. But we coming for that #1 spot, yeah? We coming for that #1 spot, yeah? Did you get anything for Black Friday? No. Who's your MMA top 5 of all time? McGregor. No, I'm just kidding. Anderson Silva, GSP, John Jones, Mighty Mouse, and like DC. DC's way up there. Just off the top of my head. If I was to think about it, my answer might be different. And that's in no order. But if I was to really think about it, my answer would probably be a little bit different. But yeah, off the top of my head, yeah. Favorite MMA-based movie? Dude, I don't even know if I've watched an MMA-based movie. Never Back Down. Never Back Down 2. Warrior, Fighting, The Hammer, Bruised, Bloodsport. I think I've seen Bloodsport. McGregor, The Notorious, Cage Fighter, Fightville. That's the one that Poirier was in back in the day. Bisping, The Fight Within, Red Canvas. I don't even know most of these, dog. But I just feel like sports movies always suck, dude. As much as I love sports, like anytime that I watch, like I grew up watching baseball. Every baseball movie I've ever watched, except for like maybe Bull Durham, fucking sucked. Most baseball or most sports movies fucking blow. How many times is Gusher Head going to rephrase the same question? Yeah, just tune him out at this point. Yeah, definitely. I just mean that you're a great speaker. You have the voice too, and you're not like a paid off bitch being told what to say. You clearly say what you want, and we fuck with that. Unhinged is cool. Colt King, I appreciate you, big dog. I appreciate you. Tate winning would be more fun. Yeah, of course it would be more fun, but yeah, but the guy that he's fighting literally sucks. Have you guys ever seen Chase Demore fight? He's fucking terrible. Are you a movie guy? Kinda. I just watched Saisu with my parents after Thanksgiving dinner yesterday. It's like about this guy who's like a gold miner during World War II. He walks away from the war to mine gold. And then the Nazis find him and try to take the gold, and he has to fight the Nazis to get the gold back. And like, it was entertaining for the first like 2/3. And then in the last like 30 minutes, 45 minutes, fucking jumped off a cliff where the dude like survives 2 plane crashes, gets shot like 1,000,000 times. He gets hung for like 9 hours and lives. And he's just like, it's almost like he's like a Build-A-Bear that like just like lost stuffing. Like he just keeps like patching up like insane wounds. Like they literally hang him like overnight and he lives. I don't understand that at all. Me and my brother were sitting there like, yo, this shit's retarded. Matan speaks the same. You're behind. What do you mean speaks the same? Thoughts on Andrew Tate? Some of his stuff is like bars, and then other stuff I can't really agree with. But he does have some very factual statements. He has a lot of other statements that aren't, that agreeable. But how the heck did this info come out? Oh, the Ilya shit. Because his wife has been posting on her Instagram about like supporting the victims of domestic violence or something like that. DC doesn't get enough love. True. Overdramatic Gaethje is 3-1 in his last 4 fights. Paddy's undefeated. Topuria will crush Arman. Topuria ground game will beat Makhachev. Could they beat Emmett like Ilya did? No way. Probably not. Sports movies do suck ass. Yeah. Kingdom, the series was fire for sure. The Longest Yard was cool. F1 is the only good sport movie I've seen. My parents wanted to watch that after Thanksgiving yesterday, but I'm all right. Guru lost his way. What? Because he got more edgy as time went on. I think he's just pitching himself to the fan base that embraces him and defends him. So I kind of get it. It's kind of honestly like what Trump did to become president. It's kind of the same thing as like these, like Joe Biden used to say like super racist shit and then became like the woke lib warrior when he was trying to become president. It's like you simp to your audience's wants. Most people do. But I mean, like, I fuck with Guru. Like I like watching his content. It's definitely over the top sometimes, and I tune out on it for a little bit. I tune out on it for weeks at a time, but then like I pop into a stream and I'm like, yeah, dude, Guru's funny as fuck. It's just the bad clips. It's the bad clips that drive people crazy. But when you actually watch him a lot, you're like, it's okay. It's not that bad. Muay Thai Sam, how's it going, dude? Nice to see you in here. What do you think the most overrated movies are? What are the most overrated movies? Most overrated, let me see. Titanic, ass. The Avatar movies are okay. Inception, I think I saw it, but I never understood it. Yeah, I don't know. Check out Old Henry, my most recent little diamond in the rough. Is that a movie? Oh my God, Chase is so bad. He fights like he has ankle weights and weighted gloves. I know. And there's one clip of him fighting and he looks like he's swatting flies, bro. He's fighting like this. He's like, It's literally, and he's a pro boxer, quote unquote pro boxer. Yeah, Andrew Tate's fighting Chase Demore. Yeah, we were talking about that a little bit earlier. Damn, bro, you type like an office lady? Yeah, I type I type super fast. Yeah. Yeah, that's actually facts about Biden saying racist shit in the past. True. This is what happens when there's no governing body recognizing the belts. You let people like Frank Warren and Dana White in charge, they'll give Fury and Jones unlimited title shots. Yeah, but there's also arguments against the governing bodies because there's a lot of gridlock that gets created because of that. Forrest Gump, most overrated. Yeah, kind of overrated, to be honest. Why does Titanic not have a sequel? True. Have you seen Joker? I thought that movie was... Is that the one that was like a musical? I fuck with Guru too. I subscribed after watching him since day one, but I still watch every episode. He just seems to be going too far for controversy and unhinged instead of what he started with. I found Interstellar overrated. Yeah, it's kind of overrated. If you could call bodybuilding a sport, Magazine Dreams was one of the best sports-like movies I've seen. It was a feel-bad movie comparable to Requiem for a Dream. Oh, that's the one with Jonathan Majors, right? Where he's like, I'll take a steak, medium rare. Let me see. Is it Jonathan Majors? Magazine Dreams. Yeah, I actually haven't seen it, but I've seen so many clips of it online. I actually do kind of want to see it. The plot features social outcast bodybuilder Killian Maddox, who has body dysmorphia, and whose dream of becoming a bodybuilder consumes his entire life. His depression and aggressive tendencies consume him, and his obsession with becoming Mr. Olympia champion brings him to a complete mental breakdown. The film stars Jonathan Majors, Haley Bennett, Taylor Page, Harrison Page. Okay. I have seen a lot of clips of it. I kind of want to see that movie. All Steven Seagal's movies are overrated. True. UFC fake, bruh. A little bit. I type like you on opposite day, but I have nubs. I'm assuming Paul versus Joshua has to not be rigged because of all of the drama with gambling and stuff. Yeah, true. It's not rigged. They're putting a lot of like limitations on it. For example, like Anthony Joshua has to cut like 30 pounds in a month, something like that. He has to weigh like 245. So he might be depleted for the fight and they have a hydration clause as well, but he it's not a fake fight by any means. Not like Paul and Tyson. You look like a kid I grew up with that is gay. Thanks. No, for real, your typing made me think I had a squirrel in my walls. Oh, no. Especially when I know what I'm typing and it's short, I can type fast. But I used to work like an office job at a computer. So it was typing all day. Joker 2 is a musical. I was talking about the first one. Oh, okay, gotcha. I haven't seen either of them. Why do I think Interstellar is, if I remember correctly, Arturo, surprise, motherfucker. Why do you think? I think it was just more about the visuals and the plot wasn't actually that good, if I remember correctly. I think I saw it when it first came out and then haven't watched it since. A governing body like WBO, WBC for reward meritocracy, Armin Movsar would never have to wait this long if the decision was made. Okay, yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Paddy wins easy. If Paddy doesn't get murked, it's rigged. No, dude, I'm going to pick Paddy in that fight. Do you think Poetan's moving to heavyweight? He did just post about moving to heavyweight. Was Paul and Tyson somewhat of a work? I don't know. I hear some friends I know that say that some of Jake's fights are looking sus. It depends on what you mean by rigged or if it was a work. If you're saying that like they meet up before the fight and plan how the fight's going to go, if that's what you mean, I disagree. I just think that they're rigged and rigged, not saying that like they're fake fights, but I mean that they book fights for Jake Paul against older guys that have a lot of miles on the tires. And that have a lot of miles on the tires. And so therefore, 26-year-old Jake Paul in his physical prime, who also is probably on steroids, can win against people like that, to where a Tyron Woodley or 45-year-old Anderson Silva landing a clean punch on them doesn't affect him. Do I think that they're planned out, though? No. What I think about Paul Tyson was that they planned for it to be a fight, and then Jake Paul went in there and saw how slow Mike Tyson was and kind of took pity on him and didn't go as hard. Because Jake Paul's gone hard on people. Jake Paul's knocked some people out cold, like that one black dude that he fought when he was trying to do the legit boxing route. He went hard on Tommy Fury on the fight that he lost. But yeah. I just think he saw how slow and old Mike Tyson was, and he was like, yo, I can't kill him in here. The fact that people were trying to say that, oh, dude, I remember arguing about this with my fucking dad, bro. He goes, I think Mike Tyson's going to whoop his ass. I'm like, bro, he's fucking 1,000,000 years old. He's 1,000,000 years old. Fuck. I remember being so pissed at my dad having this argument. I remember my dad was like, I think he's going to knock Jake Paul out. I'm like, Dad, he's fucking 60 years old. He's not doing any of that. Would AJ get in trouble if he hits Jake with full power and kills him? No. No, he wouldn't. WBO literally didn't beg the greatest heavyweight of all time and this heavyweight champion of this era in Usyk when he said he is not fighting Wardley, stripped him, but Dana White's going around begging Justin Gaethje. Yeah, I know it's a different sport with a different structure, so it's kind of apples to oranges, but I get what you mean. It's different though. The promotions are not as powerful as the UFC, the boxing promotions, that is. The fighters have all the power in boxing. Or most of the power, I'd say. Paddy is the greatest lightweight since BJ Penn. True. Better than Oliveira, better than Makhachev, better than McGregor, better than Topuria. I agree, man. I agree. Exactly. I feel like the movie relies too much on the visuals and emotional scenes, but the writing isn't that good. True. Would you rather smash Holly Holm or Kayla Harrison? Neither, dude. Why does every time... I swear, like, we don't have to only talk about female fighters in like a sexual way. We don't, that's kind of lame. That's chronic online behavior. Knock that off. They're top tier athletes. But also, like, from a professionalism standpoint, I'm not going to be on here talking about female fighters that I would rather smash compared to others. That's fucking wild. That's fucking wild. I would not talk about that. I'll be unhinged, but that's where I draw the line. That's where I draw the line. Because what if I turn around and say, would you rather smash Paddy Pimblett or Justin Gaethje? You'd be fucking weirded out by that, huh? It was kind of like when that one fan asked Arman Sarukian in front of Kayla Harrison how much he would have to drink to smash Kayla Harrison. Like, that's crazy, chronically online behavior, bro. Not to make you feel bad. I'm just saying. Tito Ortiz is the GOAT of MMA. True. If you ever get the time, I'd recommend a YouTube video called Interstellar When Spectacle Eclipses Story. It makes a lot of good points. True. Tito does beat Khabib. They both held back. Mike versus Jake. It wasn't it an exhibition? True. I think Paul fights are listed as exhibitions for a lot of the time for legal reasons, probably. I agree Mike Tyson rigged in the sense that Paul carried him. It was a sparring match. True. Bro, they all hold back. There is nothing in the NDA where they have to use like 50% power. Seems so fake. Also, you can't go from losing to Tommy Fury and then fight Joshua in the same. Yeah, true. I'm still surprised Jake Paul is going with boxing. I am a little bit too, to be honest. Mike has sciatica. He got it fixed, but remember when Netflix died trying to stream that fight? I do. I watched it with my parents, dude. I was like, what the fuck is this? Netflix can't even get the shit to load. Also, people forget how bad Mike Tyson or Anderson Silva looked in their last fights. I agree. People forget about that. They look terrible in their last fights. Ilia Topuria, is it over for him if the allegations are true? John Jones survived all the allegations, so he will be fine. Yeah, he'll probably be fine. I don't think Topuria doesn't strike me as somebody that would be beating on his wife. I don't know the guy, but just from like when you look at John Jones or McGregor and their temperament, you go, yeah, that guy, I wouldn't surprise me if he beat his girl. But Topuria just doesn't seem like that. In New York, we watched a PowerPoint of Paul versus Tyson. Really? Kayla been hella inactive waiting for that Nunes fight. I'm pretty sure she just fought in like August, right? Didn't Kayla Harrison fight in like August? What was her last fight? She fought in June. And then she fought in June against Juliana Pena to become champ. And then now she's fighting in January. So she's fighting 6 months apart. She's not that inactive. She's more active than Topuria. Yeah, exactly. Kayla's more fucking active than Hamzat. Yeah, I don't like how sexualized a lot of people are nowadays. Yeah, it's because these people are fucking chronically online watching porn all day. It's not good for your brain, bro. Nah, make that man feel bad for being a gooner. True. The point here is it doesn't help us complaining about UFC matchmaking. You'll rarely get what you want to the T, but there will always be decorations like Gene Silva and Allen to keep us blinded. No, I agree with you, but it's just fun to argue about it anyway. Forget that brings sexism back? No. But no. But yeah, y'all are some gooners. Y'all need to y'all need to touch some grass. If you're sitting here going, oh, yeah, like you just said, I would smash Tracy Cortez for sure. Come on now. You're like the guy that spent $6,000 buying the stool that she used during her fight against Rose Namajunas. You saw that shit? Somebody bought that for $6,800. The stool that she sat on in between rounds. Y'all got to chill. And also consider things from my perspective. These are people that I could work with at some point, whether it be from an interview standpoint or like a vlog training with them. I can't talk about them in that way. So there's some strategy to what I'm doing here as well, you know? Top Toro is the next Tank Davis. DJ Khabib retired, best times. Armin took over the lightweight division already. It's a matter of time they stop ducking. Yeah. What's your fight style, Wyatt? Bro sleeps with that stool, definitely. Leon Falloff is crazy. Went from champ to getting headshotted by protest. True. Ew, what the fuck? People are creeps. Why would she even sell that? People, she didn't even, actually, you know what? She didn't sell it. The UFC sold it. I'll find it right now. Let me find it. Yeah, here it is. Yep, it's on UFC. Oh, it's $300. Okay. Wait, I swear it was like $6,000. Okay, so it was $300. I guess I thought somebody bought it for $6,000. But yeah, here it is right here. Yeah, the UFC sold it on UFC Collectibles. Oh, this is Grasso versus Shevchenko. So but there was one from Cortez versus Namajunas, the Denver card. Which I swear it sold for like a lot, dude. They're sold now. The canvas gets sold. Yeah, the UFC sells everything. The UFC will sell like whatever they can. Actually, you know, when you're a fighter as well, you have to pick one thing to give the UFC. Like whether it be your gloves, your walkout t-shirt, your shorts, your the sweats and hoodie they give you to walk out with, your wraps. Like you have to give them something that they use for collectibles. Cody Garbrandt's fall off was more wild, but in hindsight, I don't think Cody Garbrandt was that good to begin with. Not trying to be a total jerk, just tired of the woke left nonsense. No, I understand. And I am too. I'm as anti-woke as it comes. But just from a professionalism standpoint, I got to tiptoe the line a little bit, you know. If Protest fights someone like Islam, he's going to get wrestlefucked. True. Best news used to be UFC fight announcements. Nowadays, it's hearing Stargate is back. Dana seems so checked out. What the fuck is Stargate? Military signs. Oh, it's a movie. Okay. For sure. I'd give them my groin protector. True. You think the UFC sold Derek Lewis's cup that he threw? Nah, he threw it into the crowd. True. Cody Garbrandt's only good win was Cruz, who might beat Cody on most nights. True. Sci-Fi TV for show. For show. Alrighty, guys, I'm going to hop off. I did an hour. I'll stream again tomorrow. I just need to do I got some things I got to take care of tonight. So I'm going to hop off, guys. I appreciate you guys. I will see you guys tomorrow. Check out the new video. Just dropped it on the channel about an hour ago, but I'll be live again tomorrow. So like, subscribe, watch the new video as well. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'll stream tomorrow. New video and stream tomorrow. Appreciate you guys. Love y'all.